Hey guys, today I'm going to do a what's in my camera bag video, and this is my travel kit. I just got back from a 10-day vacation. We went a week-long cruise in the Caribbean and 3 days at Miami Beach, and I'm going to show you guys what I took and what I think I'm going to do different on my next trip. So let's get started. The bag is the 10 by 10 DNA. I've had this bag for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and I've tried to switch to a couple other bags, and I seem to keep on coming back to this. It's pretty small, it holds quite a bit still. It's light, it's made out of a vinyl mesh type of material. It's water resistant, it's not waterproof, but it doesn't have a waterproof bag. It's got pockets on the side, which I like to put my water bag in. And the clips, I like the clip system of this bag because, and they are wearing out a bit, they're not supposed to pop off, but it's kind of like an anti-theft thing where you gotta slide them off. They're easy to get off, they're easy to get on, but if you just try to pry them off, they're not supposed to do that. Like this one, you can't pry it off. See, this one's kind of wearing out or breaking. I like it because it's got a lot of zippers. On this zipper, I don't have it in here now, but I put my wallet in here. So I don't have, usually I have shorts on, and this is a great little pocket for a wallet, passport, what have you. I put a little, this is a very bright AAA flashlight. I've used it multiple times. It's easy clip, easy on, easy off, or you can actually use it on the bag if it's in the dark to find something you might have dropped on the floor. Yes, you can use your iPhone or your whatever you guys use, Android, for that flashlight, but there's nothing like a real flashlight. This is super bright. It doesn't look like it, but it'll light up a whole room. The Purell, even before the pandemic, this has always been on my camera bag. But in here, I also have these little Purell wipes. These things are awesome, and if you try some other brands, I've tried a couple cheaper brands and they don't work half as good. These are awesome if you're putting suntan lotion on your face and you want to wipe all that greasy mess off your hands before you touch your camera, or if you're eating a burger or a hot dog and you don't want to touch your camera with all that mess on your hands. Those are great. This bag also opens two ways. It pops open this way, but it also has access. So you don't have to open it and flip it up every time you want your camera in and out. You can access it from the top. I really like this camera bag, but I'm always looking for that next, latest, and greatest. So if you guys have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Pandemic time, I got a couple masks just in case. We've been to a few places where you need it mask, and I always have one on me. So the camera, this is the main part. My Fujifilm X-T2, it is the only camera I have, so on it is a 23mm f1.4, and that's pretty much how I carried it around. That is in the main slot, and on the side, if I need it, it was a 12mm f2. I didn't use it probably just a handful of times. Pretty much a shot with the 23mm f1.4. In the lower compartment here is how I have it configured. Now this compartment will actually hold two lenses. I have this flap, so if I wanted to put a lens down there, flap, another lens, but I only took this. Mid-40s, bad neck, bad back, so I try to keep it light and small as much as possible. Flash, I never leave home without it. Flashpoint Zoom Mini, made for the Fujifilm camera. This thing is awesome, worth its weight in gold. It takes two AA batteries. The bag isn't waterproof, so it does come with a bag if it's a downpour. I've only used this like one time, this bag, because I'm not one to sit out in the rain. And in this flap is the 35mm f2. Didn't use this one bit. I didn't pull that out of my bag at all. Let's take another look at what's in the pockets here. I didn't use these, but I always keep these in my bag. These are gels for the flash. If I ever was in a hotel room and I was getting some funky light, I always keep that in there. Suntan Lotion, 30 SPF, and I don't have any specific brand or SPF, as long as it's 30 and above. I buy these in the travel section that are perfect size. Just keep one in the bag. Let's see if there's anything on these outside pockets. Nope. So let's go on the inside pockets. Cleaning supplies. I keep it right here in that pocket. Lens cleaners. Well, they're lens cleaners, but I use these for my eyeglasses and my sunglasses. And for my camera, a small microfiber, a lens pen, which lens pen has two sides. This is to scrub any smudge off, which I don't really use that side because I have the spray and the microfiber really to clean the lens. What I do use is the brush. If you've got some sand, if you guys are at the beach, even if you don't drop your camera, that sand can blow around and you don't want that stuff in your gears and your mechanism. So it's great to have a little brush to brush it off. So that's my cleaning stuff. And I keep pretty much all of this stuff in my camera at all times. When I travel light. So if I'm local, I'll probably have more gear. But since I'm traveling, I go as light as possible. 2 batteries, that's all I take, is 2 batteries and 1 in the camera. And out for the day, I have a good practice of shutting the camera off when I'm not using it all the time. It's just very easy, very quick for me. I'm just used to it. So I usually go 1.5 batteries. I usually don't go through 2 batteries in a day, but I always have that 3rd battery just in case. If not, your camera's just a brick without the juice. As far as data goes, data storage, I don't know. I always keep extra SD cards in my bag. I'm probably going to stop doing that. I never have needed SD cards out in the field or on vacation. I have 2 64 cards, gigabit cards in my camera, and one slot is just raw files, and then the other slot is just JPEGs. Now, if I was using this for a hybrid, meaning shooting video, yes, I have used multiple cards for that. But just for stills, never had. Now, the data transfer, the app on the Fujifilm just is horrible. So to get the data off the SD card onto my iPhone to share for social media, I use this. This is an Apple OEM SD card to Lightning. It works great. I always take it with me. And as far as medication, I keep a little bit of heart medication just in case I need it, and some Band-Aids. If you cut yourself, you want to be able to patch things up. And I think that is it. I'm just checking all the pockets. Oh, one thing that maybe I can pull it out. I keep an AirTag. Apple AirTag. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll just pull it out in the liner. These are great because, and they're fairly inexpensive. If you lose your bag, if somebody swipes your bag on you, you can find it. They work great. It tells you the address it is. And when you get close, it'll go over to Bluetooth. Those things are great. I recommend that you always have one in your camera bag. I keep one in my camera bag. I keep one in every luggage so that I know if my luggage gets lost, I know it's on the plane, I know it's arrived at the airport. If there's any kind of hang up with my luggage or my camera bag, I can locate it. So that's it. That's what I took. And I'm going to tell you a couple things, guys. Next time I'm going to change some things up. I took the 23mm f1.4 for a couple reasons. It's just a great lens. It's an all-arounder lens, but I really wanted to push to see how I would like an X100V. I've done a couple day trips with just a 23mm f1.4. It's worked out good. I figured I'm going to push it on a 10-day vacation and try to use this lens. And there was a few times where I wanted something wider. And I did switch over to the 12mm f2. I didn't like the image quality I was really getting out of the 12mm Samyang, and it's a good lens. I don't know why. It could have been the light. I switched back to the 23. I wish I would have had the 16mm 1.4, this lens right here. So next vacation, I'm going to switch things up. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm totally not interested in the X100V. I still might buy that camera, but next time I'm going to get rid of the 23 f1.4. I'm going to leave it at home. And to replace it, will be the 16 millimeter f1.4. I'm going to ditch this because with the 16, it's wide enough. I won't need that 12 millimeter. And then, yes, I said I didn't use this at all, this 35 f2, because the 23 millimeter f1.4 was good enough for portraits, and I took some portraits with it. Now, with this setup, I'm going to use the 16 millimeter for an all-purpose walk around, catch everything. But if I want to do portraits, I will switch it out for the 35 f2. I have used this multiple times for portraits. It does great. The bokeh is really nice on it. The compression is really nice for portraits, and it's a light. One of the reasons I didn't bring the 16 millimeter is because it's a little heavier than the 23 millimeter f1.4. But that lens, that 16 millimeter, is just awesome. And this is going to be my kit for the next vacation. So that's it, guys. I hope it helped you a little bit if you're kind of thinking about what you should take and on vacation. But I'd love to hear about what your kit is. Do you shoot an XT something, and what do you take with you? And what's your camera bag? I'm always looking for a new camera bag. My wife says I have too many, but I don't think you can ever have too many. Love to hear in the comments, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.